Welcome to the Point Lobos Information Station. I'm Ruth Ann Donahue, and I'm a Point Lobos docent, and I'll be walking you through the opening procedure for this station. In the morning when you arrive, both of these displays will be covered and locked. There are 5 locks that you have to open in order to open the station. We'll open this one here first. Turn the numbers to the correct combination. Push in to release the lock. Remove the lock. Turn the numbers back to 0. And store the lock. To store the lock, you're going to have to open the inside door to the information station. It too is secured with a lock. Turn the lock to the right combination, push in, release the lock, close it, and turn it back to 0. When you open the door, you will see that there's a place for storing all of the locks on the back side of the door. These doors have a double locking mechanism. After you remove the padlock or the combination lock, you also have to move the 2 metal prongs apart from each other. So when they're together, they can be locked together. That's closed. Open them up this way. So let's remove the second lock. Push, close, set to 0, and store. Just inside the door to the storage area, you will find this wonderful gadget, and this is the most fun of all the opening procedures. You hook it up here and you turn it. Now, if you go to turn and it resists, don't push. Check that you have these locks fully open, and then should be able to easily open the front door. Put this back on the hook right inside the door. When you store the locks, and you'll see this right next to it for opening the front door. You'll also find in here 2 postcard boxes. They're labeled right and left on the top. And we have the second postcard box marked left, and so it attaches to the wall with these little screws. You just hang it up, and then there's a hook and eye on the side, and that hook and eye secures the bottom part of the box. So now we'll open the interpretive display that has the sea mammal pelts in it. We'll turn again the locks to the right combination, release, turn them to 0, and on these locks, as well as these over here, you can leave them open to make closing a little more quick. Store the lock. Open the second lock. You just open the doors, push them all the way around, and there's a stabilizer bar on the bottom that they'll click into. That's all there is to it. The other one works just the same, all the way around. Click it into the stabilizer bar, and you are done with this part of the display. So the first thing then we'll do is open the poster display. If you open this first, you'll find that out very quickly, because you can't open these doors with this open at the same time. So this is secured in the closed position up here, and you simply move that down and open it up. And then there are 2 locking systems that hold it stable when it's open. The first is a hook and eye, which is on the back side, and the second is a lock on the front that stabilizes the spine of the posters. Turn this lock, lift it up, position it in the hole here, and turn it back. So turn, lift, position, turn it back, and then hook the back side. Okay, and then you hook the back side, and you're all set. Now while you're here, for the time being, you're really finished with this room. So you can shut this door while you finish the setup outside. And you should remember during the day to always keep this door shut. Daily information about the reserve is posted at 2 places here. On this sign, which will go above the postcards on the left side, and on a second sign that is on the end informational display. To complete this, there's an eraser in the left-hand drawer. Usually the previous day's information is here and you have to erase it. And then we're going to add today's information. I'm left-handed, so I have to work from the bottom up. If you're right-handed, you can work from the top down. Okay, Whaler's Cabin open, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The date and the sunset. Now for this information, you're going to use exactly the same kind of little booklet that you used at Whalers, or you're going to look it up in the Morning Herald and bring the information with you. And sunset is at 4:58. This is important information because the reserve stays open for half an hour longer than the information station is. So when we post this information on the end here, visitors can estimate how long they have to enjoy the reserve before it closes. Okay, high tides. Usually there are 4 tides a day, and we choose to post the tide that is most relevant to the open hours. And the high tide is at 10:03 a.m. And the size of the tide for today is plus 6.3 feet. The low tide, according to this, well, there's one at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's not very relevant. So let's do 5:35 p.m. and that's a minus 1.2 tide. So we have some pretty big tides today. Now, guided walks. You can look on the clipboard that is in here to get to the page that says walks and then take the information from there. But you can also look at the station when you come in, where people buy their tickets, and see what walks are offered. And they say that there are no walks today. And we'll tell our guests that we're sorry about that. Sorry. Oh, okay, so we have no walks today, sorry. If there is a walk, put the time of the walk here where it says time, and where the starting point of that walk is. This information board gets hung up here for those who are challenged like me. Might take a minute, and then it's locked on the bottom. Second information board is in this cabinet. Okay, so the information is the same as this board, so you can just copy it down. Okay, then the sign goes back in the cabinet. There's the cabinet, and you're done there. Okay, so our last 2 bits of housekeeping. The first one has to do with the store, the merchandise that we have for sale. On the top, you will find on this clipboard on the top a fresh page for recording sales for today. The money is kept in the right-hand drawer here. It has a locking mechanism, so someone can't just come along and open it. The locking mechanism is you pull out this pin and open it up. You can see that there are bills, $5, $10, $15 in 5s. There's usually lots of ones. Okay, and it comes to $50, as it will most of the time. And so you enter that number up here, amount in the box, 50, and your initials down here to show that you have checked it. Okay, so now you have one more major task, and then busy work. The busy work just means make sure that there are postcards here. Make sure in the second slot the postcards are turned so people can see the pictures. Make sure there are enough posters, brochures, etc. The utility room is just packed full of valuable things. In the very back of the room are the supplies to replenish the stores of the materials that we sell. They're listed by the numbers that you find on the tally sheet and on the display outside. So it's easy to come in, grab what you need, and refill it. And materials for closing, as well as the key that allows you to access the wheelchair that is stored up in the restroom storage area. While I'm here, I'm going to pick up one of our sweatshirts and bring it out. And the sweatshirts are displayed on the Pelt building, and there's a little hook right here. Just hang them up. Remember to tell people that they come in different sizes. I just happened to pick up a medium. Remember, after you use the storage shed, close the door, latch it for security. We have binoculars. And binoculars are important because most people will not be able to see the sea lions out on the sea lion rock with their naked eyes. The binoculars are inside the storage area. They can be loaned out if people will leave their car keys with you. The car keys are kept in the drawer here. And if there are car keys still here, at closing, you will take the car keys to the entry station. The binoculars are kept in the storage room in an ice chest that's clearly marked binoculars. Some people may have walked in and they will not have car keys, and they will wish to leave their passport or their driver's license. Those are items they can easily walk back out without and forget. So we really have to maintain rather strict adherence to the rule that it must be car keys that are exchanged for the loan of binoculars. This is a new addition in the last year, and it's really great for helping us to advertise our walks. You can see that yesterday there was a walk at 1:15 p.m. on the Cypress Grove Trail, and it started right here. We don't write down no guided walks on this great big billboard if there isn't any. Instead, write down something interesting that a guest might not know. Or you can write down something about how high the tide is today, if people have seen otters. So it says when the walks are, and on the back, if they join us on a trail walk experience guides. So that's about it. The next thing you have to do, put on a smile and be ready to greet guests as they arrive. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here.
Wave, guys.